great job by our team to get the win tonight. I thought our defense was outstanding from start to finish. They did such a great job. Some key turnovers, some key fourth down stops. Leonard Floyd came through in a big way against his former team. I thought offensively we did enough early on in the game to get that lead and then get a little, we were just really trying to get the clock, kind of just run out that game and make sure when you're up 24-3 that we closed it out. But some good, tough, hard running. I was really pleased with the way that Johnny Mundt stepped up in a big way. Missing Tyler Higbee tonight is a huge loss for our football team, but Johnny Mundt stepped up, did a great job, and Johnny Hekker was outstanding tonight. So ultimately the goal is to get to 5-2. Got a short week, getting ready for a good football team in Miami. So, that's where our focus will go right after this.
We'll start with Lindsay and then Jordan.
Sean, just talking about Johnny Hekker, what did his punting ability do tonight to how much did that help you guys out?
It was huge. 5 punts, all of them inside the 20. He was able to flip the field. A long of 63. He was phenomenal tonight. Exactly what we expect. Don't ever take it for granted, but he came through and he did. I wasn't surprised, but you're definitely appreciative of the effort that he had tonight. It was a big-time deal.
Jordan?
Hey, Sean. Last week, the word of the week was uncharacteristic, but this week in prime time, a substantial win for you guys. What was the message and the mindset, and why do you guys think you came out so focused and were able to execute tonight?
Yeah, I think it's the players. Coaches did a great job getting them ready this week, but ultimately the players came out, they performed, they were ready to go from the jump. I thought it was reflected with the urgency that we had in the week of practice. Jumped out to a lead, we're able to kind of control that, and defense was outstanding all night. They got stop after stop, big time turnovers, fourth down stops, turnovers in the red zone. Jalen and Taylor Rapp end up coming up with interceptions, so you can't say enough about their effort. The one touchdown they did give was on our offense, so defense came through in a big way, and I was really pleased with our team's overall effort, and then we got to be able to be a little bit better in those 4-minute situations when we're trying to run out the clock offensively. Those are things that can't wait to get that corrected, but when we were really just trying to move the football, I thought offensively we did a good job controlling the flow of the game.
For Sean?
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
You talked about your defense. In terms of Aaron Donald talked during the week about, this is an opportunity to come out and show what this defense is made of. What specifically were you most pleased with about their play tonight?
It's hard to say one thing. I think I was pleased with everything that they did. I thought they flew around. I thought we were great. Really, in every area of the game, they held them to 3 points. That was all that they got. We had some huge stops when they were down in the tight red area. So they just did a great job. To get us that short field when we end up getting them, where they had the fourth down and one, they were going to go for it because of the tackle that Jalen makes on the sideline when we ended up challenging it. So, when you go back and look at the tape, I think there's going to be a lot of things reflected in a great performance. And now let's see if we can do it again next week against the Dolphins.
There's a video going around of Taylor Rapp kind of missing you there on the high five. What's the punishment for that after that interception you got?
I would say I'll blame myself on that. He did a great job making that. Troy Hill made the tip, and then I got to be a better athlete, I guess, then, and go get him.
John, is that the type of performance that you envisioned when you brought Brandon Staley in from his experience with the Bears and the Broncos?
What would you say to that question if you asked it, if you were answering it, Gary?
I need to ask you that.
The answer is yes. Yes, it was great. I thought, really, our defensive staff as a whole, I thought they did a great job. Brandon called a great game, but they put together a great plan, and then ultimately the players executed it. So I thought there was urgency. I thought there was attention to detail throughout the whole week, and then I thought it showed up on game day, which is the most important thing. So really, hats off to Brandon, our defensive players, our defensive coaches. So pleased for them, and they did an outstanding job tonight.
Greg, go ahead.
Hey, Sean, you really spread the ball around on offense tonight. 5 guys had at least 3 catches. 2 guys had 10 carries. Were you happy with the overall performance of the offense, even though obviously there's some problems in the red zone area where you can work on?
Yeah, it was painful in that last quarter where you're just running it and just trying to conserve clock, but it is about winning the football game. I thought up until that point, I thought we did a good job. The red zone score that Gerald Everett had, thought was big. Being able to hit Josh Reynolds earlier in the game was a big deal. deal. So overall, was pleased with that. You know, this is a great defense. Wanted to try to minimize some of the opportunities for their elite guys to be able to rush and get home. And, you know, they even found a way to still score defensively, but we knew what a great outfit they were. We knew how responsible they were for a lot of their wins that they had and the way that they got it done. Wanted to minimize those chances, and I thought those guys did a really good job executing the plan really through the first 3 quarters. And then, you know, I got to do a better job for us, but I think we've got to execute better in some of those 4-minute situations, even if it starts into the, you know, late in the third and early in the fourth quarter where you're, you know, the last 20 minutes of the game kind of just trying to run the clock out and get away with a win.
All right, so there's a couple more for Coach. We'll go Kevin and then Sam.
Sean, you talked about some tough running. Can you describe Malcolm Brown's run down there near the goal line? He seemed to carry the entire defense.
Yeah, I thought that was reflective of just the entire unit, you know, getting a great push. You know, I thought it would be one of those games where Malcolm would show up in a big way. He ends up having 57 yards on 5-7 a carry. Great touchdown run. And Malcolm has just consistently delivered when his number's been called, and was really pleased with him tonight.
Jared, what's it like to watch Johnny Hekker go to work tonight and him and the Bears beat several times?
Johnny's the best punter in the league and showed tonight. He really, you know, was a weapon for us. You know, a few of those punts obviously late in the game, but just everything he does throughout the game and obviously his punting today was a big difference.
Jordan, go ahead.
Hey, Jared, just wondering what it does for you guys as an offense when you see the defense come up with some of those crucial stops and takeaways.
It's huge. It's momentum, and we talk about it all the time as points off of turnovers, whether it's a 4th down stop or actually a turnover. We had a couple of them, the interceptions, and we were able to capitalize on one of them on I believe the interception, and those are huge. You know, the 4th down stop in their own territory, we'd like to get points out of that. That would have probably sealed the game a little bit earlier, but our defense played as well as they've played all year, and it's exciting.
All right, we'll go Gary, then Maria.
Jared, how do you think the offense operated tonight?
Thought we did well. I thought, you know, that defense is tough, and we had to do some different things for them and make sure we were on our Q's and T's all night. And I thought we ran the ball really well. And then I thought in the pass game we did a good job after the catch. You know, making plays after the catch. There was a couple careless errors by me that got away with, but that's the game. I thought, you know, we were able to distribute the ball pretty well and make some plays.
Maria.
Jared, we talk about so many targets that you have tonight. Josh Reynolds got in the end zone. Just talk about just working with him throughout the week.
Josh?
Yep.
Yeah, Josh is great. He's a guy, I know we talk about Robert and Cooper all the time, but I've been with him as long as I've been with Cooper. And he's just kind of finally getting his chance to really be out there and really have plays kind of tailored for him and really understand every in and out of every route and every play. And he's done a great job. He's a guy I have full trust in, and we can run him on anything.
Go ahead, Tim.
Hey, Jared, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You talked about Johnny Hekker earlier, but what was it, and he got a lot of love from the broadcast too. What was it like to see all of the love from his teammates after those great punts tonight? It's not usually you see the punt getting that much love like that. How fun was that to be a part of that?
It was awesome. Yeah, I think I was a part of that as well. I'm not usually getting off the bench for a punt, and that one he hit, you know, the big one he hit in the fourth quarter, I believe. That, you know, came down and stopped inside the 5. It's exciting. We understand how important field position is, and you know, as an offense, I can tell you how that can be sometimes when they do down it inside the 5, and I believe we had 3 of them tonight inside the 5, and yeah, Johnny, I told him, Johnny, you earned your money tonight. You did your thing, and he was laughing. He did a great job.
Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Jared, can you talk just about the interesting play with Malcolm Brown, is that everybody was kind of pushing him forward and kind of getting him closer to the end zone?
Yeah, he got off the ground there. I think someone was holding him. He got in that big pile, and yeah, it's always fun. I mean, usually I would say more times than not, you have the offense that ends up being able to have more guys on that side of the push. I was able to stick my nose in there and get part of that push as well towards the end. I was excited about that. But yeah, it was a good play. It was cool. It's always exciting when those ones happen. You hear the bench start roaring, and you know, it's a good momentum.
All right, we have 2 more for Jared, so we'll go Claudia, and then we'll wrap up with Jordan.
Okay, Jared, Johnny Mundt came in and had some good plays. How well did he fit in with the offense?
Johnny Mundt is a guy that we have a lot of faith in, and we said this earlier in the week when we had an idea he was going to have to play, but last year against the Bears, he had to step in and play a lot too. And we said this guy's ready for the Bears at all times. So Johnny played really well. I thought that ball he caught and made a play after the catch was awesome. He's a great player for us and a guy that we rely on quite a bit. And today he had to step up for Higgs and did a good job.
Jordan?
Hey, Jared, can you diagnose that tempo change that went into Josh Reynolds' touchdown and what was so successful about that?
Yeah, I believe they had a blitz on, a zero blitz, and we had Josh in the backfield and put the running back at receiver and came out and snapped it quick. And it's a play we'd worked on all week. And the guy who was supposed to be blitzing ended up trying to fall off on Josh there, peel on him, and it worked out. You know, that's the tempo that we talk about. When we're able to do that, you know, if we weren't on tempo there, they may have been able to cover it. Just how the play played out. But yeah, it was a good one.
All right, thanks, Jared.
All good. Thank you guys.
Johnny, great performance by you tonight. I think everybody on Twitter was Johnny is the GOAT. Kind of just talk about your night tonight and how you were able to be so precise.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with the other 10 guys on the punt unit. It's not just me out there doing it myself. Jake's snapping the ball on the money. Nick's giving us great protection calls, making sure that we know what we're doing. And the gunners play their tails off. You know, for Ted Ginn is one of the best returners of all time in this league. And for our guys to kind of be in his face, be forcing him to not catch balls and letting them bounce. And then we got bounces. So sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. And when they come in bunches like that, it's fun. And, man, it was just a great overall performance by our punt team, and goes just to show that the work that we put in during the week pays off.
Lindsay?
Johnny, the celebration during one of your late punts here with like Aaron Donald chest bumping you was one of the biggest celebrations I've ever seen for a punter. What was it like for you in that moment to have your teammates swarm you?
It's just great to know that Aaron Donald knows my name sometimes. You know, the guy's such a star in this league. And no, I love AD. It's so much fun, and we talk about it all the time in the special teams room being kind of a shot of energy. We're a transition phase, you know, essentially with, you know, we're ending an offensive possession and the defense is coming on the field with the punt team, or return is giving juice to the offense. So we got to do what we can to really provide that shot in the arm for the phase coming on the field. And tonight we were able to do that with some great production, and the defense pinned their ears back and was able to, man, just pitch a great game. And I'm really proud of the way we played complimentary football tonight.
Jordan, go ahead.
Hey, Johnny, on the broadcast, I think every time you went to punt, they showed you in slow-mo holding the watermelon, as they called it. Can you kind of take us through that and what makes it so special?
It's a proprietary secret I can't tell anybody, so I'm really sorry I'm going to have to dodge that one. I'm joking. No, there's nothing crazy to it. Just hold the ball sideways, swing through the inside part of it, and it kind of spins sideways. It's a kind of a good change-up. When you get a returner that's kind of hugging one side or the other, I'm trying to punt it away from them and give our gunners the best chance to go down there and down it. And that's just something that we've developed over the years, and just a great tool for us.
We have a few more for Johnny. We'll go Gary, Eric, and we'll wrap with Lindsay.
Hey, Johnny, Johnny Mundt, I'm sure you heard him standing there, said you were on fire tonight. Did it feel that way to you, or is that just kind of, you know, another game where you got some good bounces and breaks?
Yeah, just like you said, you get good bounces. And our guys produce on the outside. Our gunners did a great job of being available down there to down some footballs, and our protection was great. They brought in some big bodies and really wanted to rush some punts. Got into some defensive safe looks, and weren't really going to give us much as far as they were trying to take away fakes. You could tell that, and then in the plus territory, they were trying to rush and get near me if they could. But our guys did a great job and were stout. So, man, it's just another day at the office. I'm glad that we got some production, and it just needs to be another building block in the progression of our special teams unit, because we need to get better if we want to keep helping our team win games.
Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Johnny, you mentioned that usually when a person punts that much, it's not necessarily good in terms of your offense, but because of the type of game you was in field positioning, those were important kicks. What does it mean to you to have that kind of impact on a game?
I mean, you go into every game with the same mentality, the same mindset, and that's just to be a positive influence on the game. And today we were able to be a bit more of a prominent positive influence, and we want to do that whenever we get the opportunity, as far as limiting mistakes and just being, like I said, that shot in the arm for the defense when they come on the field. So we're having fun. Our work during the week has to continue to improve if we want to continue to see our production rise as well.
All right, well, one more with Lindsay.
Johnny, just kind of looking at the big picture with you guys bouncing back with a win. What does it say about this team after you know, obviously were disappointed in San Francisco to come back and beat a 5-1 Bears team?
I mean, really our only focus as a team has to be just on the next game. So we didn't perform to the best of our ability, had some self-inflicted wounds in San Francisco, and we're able to play a more complete game here tonight. And, you know, we're just going to put this behind us as soon as possible, learn from it what we can, and take from it what we should, and just, you know, do our best on a short week to take our best football down to Miami.
All right, thanks, Johnny.
Thanks, guys.
Leonard, that was quite the celebration after you had your sack. Can you just tell us about that play and what it meant to make that play against the Bears?
Me and AD had a rush game called, and me and him executed it well. And the quarterback was done. I made the play, and that was one of the big plays help us finish the game against the Bears today.
Maria? All right, we'll circle back. Go ahead, Gary.
Hey, Leonard, you talked this week about, you know, having a little extra energy playing against the Bears. Were you able to stay calm throughout the game, or were you amped, or how did you kind of approach it?
I approached it, I wanted to be calm, but with high intensity to go out and execute at a high level to help us win.
And what do you think this game said about your defense?
We proved that we was the better defense today. We went out and kept them from scoring more points than we did.
All right, we have a couple more for Leonard, so let's go Jordan and then Maria.
Hey, Leonard, I just was wondering if you could take us through less of the football, but more of the emotional, what you felt coming into the game. I know you wanted to say even keel, but then as you start to stack plays on top of each other, and then as you're receiving a game ball at the end, if you could just take us through that journey.
It was kind of emotional, but I tried not to get too far into the emotional side of it. I wanted to keep it like it was a normal week for me. Just go out and practice hard throughout the week and come out on Monday today and play at a high level. And we did that today, the whole defense.
And then getting the game ball at the end.
Oh, getting the game ball, man, it was a blessing. I just went out and played hard for it, man, and I got rewarded, and thank Coach for it.
All right, we'll wrap up with Leonard with Maria.
Leonard, I actually wanted to ask you about the game ball. What did Coach say in the locker room after?
He gave me and Coach Staley game balls for beating our old team, and he even let me break it down. I told the team we did a great job of executing. Rounds on 3, then we broke it down.
What sort of led to you guys coming out after what was described as an uncharacteristic loss and showing, I think, a little bit of backbone tonight?
I think we just kind of got back to what we were supposed to be doing, making the plays we were supposed to make, executing those plays, and you know, when everything kind of broke down, we still made plays instead of taking negative plays for the most part. And then defense made some great stops, man. So you know, I think that's what it was. Defense just kind of suffocated them all game and didn't let them get anything rolling.
Lindsay, go ahead.
Josh, what was tonight like for you to have a pretty big role and obviously a touchdown?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a special night. You know, it's awesome to be part of a big win like this, and but you know, I got to give it all to my guys, man. The offensive line doing their thing, Jared making his throws, and having guys like Coop and Rob over there taking most of the defense away from you know, taking most of them away from me.
Eric, go ahead.
Hey Josh, when you're able to make plays like that, how much confidence do you build when the ball just keeps coming to you and you keep making plays?
Oh man, it's awesome, man. You know, it's something that I'm used to doing, but you know, to be able to kind of get more of a bigger role every week in this offense, it's been good.
And then wanted to ask you about the play that you scored the touchdown. Can you take us through that?
Yeah, it was definitely a specialty formation. I came out the backfield and we knew it was just gonna catch them by surprise because we had the back lined up where I'd usually line up, flop me and him. So they were kind of scrambling on the back end to get everything matched up and it opened up. Jared made a great pass.
Gary?
Josh, it seemed like you guys got some contributions tonight from some lesser-known guys, Johnny Mundt and some others, even on defense that stepped up. What do you think that says about your team's depth?
Oh man, we're loaded. We're loaded, man. It's always kind of just been that next man up kind of standard we have, and and Johnny filled in great, man. There was no fall off from him and Higgs, and so to be able to do that, I think it's big strides for the team.
The staff, and then overall, just kind of the mentality of the defense today, how you guys are able to get after them a little bit.
Oh, well, on the sack, I got a hit call from my inside backer, Micah. We had noticed the running back in the child position and stuff like that, so we was trying to get some heat off of that, quick to the flat route. The tackle took his eyes off me, and I was able to go make a play and help the defense. But overall, I feel like the defense, we just, we're playing aggressive, we're playing physical, and we're making all the right plays right now. We're getting all the right calls in. Everybody's on one page, and it's just one tight unit right now.
Jordan?
Hey, Justin, I had read that you were really excited to get out here to kind of reunite with Brandon Staley as he was sort of helping in your development as a football player. What has it been like for you to get into this defense with him calling the shots? And then also, how does it feel as you guys are sort of coming together as a complete unit?
Oh, it feels amazing. So there was obviously some rollover with Coach Staley coming from Denver and then coming over here. So, that was a plus when I came. But, getting coached up by him and then being in his system, it just feels good, to have a D coordinator I actually have, a connection with and know quite a bit about and stuff like that. But, as a defense, we're just out here balling, it just feels good.
Eric, go ahead.
Coming in, obviously Chicago was getting a lot of shine for what they're doing defensively. Do you guys kind of listen to that and maybe use that as motivation to kind of want to go out there and prove that maybe you're the better defense in terms of what was happening on the field?
Always trying to go out there and be the better defense, obviously. But, during preparation, we just focus on ourselves. We focus within our own unit, what we can do to improve and come out and be better than we were last week.
How big is the turnover piece, being able to get those turnovers and get the ball back to a pretty potent offense?
Oh, it's crazy. Obviously, you get the ball back in JG's hands and stuff, and they go make their plays. They get some scores. And next it's a big lead, and we just hold on and we keep executing and come out with the W.
All right, we'll go one more for Justin. Go ahead, Jordan.
Justin, what is it like for the defense when you see punter Johnny Hekker pin one deep like that?
Oh, it's exciting. We got the best punter in the league, and he performs every week in and out. And it just feels amazing because then you get the offense backed up, the hell playbook isn't open, and you can really just come off the rock and go make something happen. That's it.
Thanks, Justin.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Johnny, with knowing that Tyler was not going to play tonight, what point did you understand you're going to have a bigger role, and what was it like to obviously be a big-time contributor tonight?
Yeah, just prepared the way I always do, and got my ops and maximized on those, and really happy with my performance tonight.
Jordan?
Hey, Johnny, was that a little bit of a stiff arm you threw out there on one of those runs after the catch, and what did that feel like for you?
Yeah, that was supposed to be a stiff arm. Didn't really connect as much as I wanted to. He went a little lower than I expected, but getting used to the, NFL with the ball in my hand, so it was fun.
Go ahead, Gary.
Johnny, in college, you actually, caught a lot of passes or were used much more as a receiver. Has it been kind of a transition for you, through these years with the Rams, just waiting for an opportunity to kind of show that side of your game?
Yeah, that's the way I think. They like the way I block, how physical I am on the point of attack, so they like to use me in that aspect, but it's always nice to show my skills with the ball in my hand.
Any others for Johnny? All right, Eric, go ahead.
Hey, Johnny, you mentioned the blocking aspect and how they use that part of your game a lot. But obviously you can make plays as a pass catcher as well. How do you kind of keep yourself in that mindset so that when you do get the opportunity, you can go out there and perform like you did today?
As a tight end, we're always hungry to get the ball in our hands. It's not always going to be every play, so whether it's blocking or if I get out on a route, just got to do my job and do it the best of my ability.
Johnny, what's your reaction and what do you see from your teammates when the other Johnny Hekker, is able to punt the way he did tonight?
Oh, man, he was on fire. We have the best handshake on the team, I believe. I'm super fired up for him. Spent a lot of my, reps on punt, so we get to have a good time. So, yeah, fired up for him.
Forgive me, but what is that handshake?
And there you have it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a great transition into Johnny Hekker.
Well, on that note, thank you very much, Johnny.